Hey everyone, the last Shoegazer here, bringing you a movie review for... So this week, as a part of the TheHORRORman's Slashback series challenge, I'm going to be talking about 2018's Hellfest that actually just came out this past week. I heard about it, being produced and an upcoming release, and yeah, it dropped on Tuesday, and I picked it up right away, and I couldn't wait to check it out. Yeah, we don't get too many awesome modern-day slashers these days, while there are still some newer franchises out there that hold, a lot of weight within the subgenre of horror that a lot of us love. I have not been super impressed by too many newer slashers. However, I think this is a game changer. I would highly recommend checking out Hellfest. It brings kind of a low budget, not too serious at times approach into the early mix of things, but it very quickly takes a horrific turn and plunges you into what feels nothing like a low budget film. It plays very closely to films like Scream. Kind of gave me that kind of vibe, as well as Halloween. Some similar elements at play here, as well as awesome classic films like The Funhouse. If you guys like amusement park settings, carnival settings, carnies, mixed with like a awesome Halloween kind of vibe, amazing, completely elaborate sets, props, tons and tons of practical effects, just really, really entertaining, intense. Extremely gory, quite graphic at times, but then again, it's a slasher. So we have a very unique killer here. While he is very similar to, hooded and masked figures such as Michael Myers and good old Ghostface, and even a little bit of Friday the 13th, Jason Voorhees mixed in there. Definitely plop any of those guys within an awesome carnival, haunted amusement park setting. I mean, this whole setting is just like a horror playground. From one building and attraction to the next, it is just riddled with scenes that rival the main setting of the original Saw, in my opinion. All kinds of creatures and amazing looking props that they used. This is just a winner. If you're a fan of slashers, especially like I said, films like Halloween, Scream, The Funhouse, this is definitely for you. I was completely blown away by this. It was a little bit hesitant at first because it felt like it was just going to kind of be a low budget attempt to just have teens going into an amusement park and getting killed off. But honestly, even the acting was really solid, and it seemed very organic, and it just worked. Everything worked in this film from start to finish. I've been talking to a lot of my friends within the horror community, good old Joe, the horror man included, and actually I knew early on that he picked this up as well, and I think we both kind of like decided to do our reviews around similar times, and I did reach out to him. I saw that he made a comment on one of our friends' videos, as I was commenting on everybody's videos about this and my feelings towards it. He's like equally as passionate about it, and I knew that he was going to do his review on this as well this week. But he said, "Hey man, go for it too. The more the merrier." And glad that he was cool with that. I didn't want to step on his toes or steal his thunder or anything like that, since this is his series and we're all participating in it. But heck, I'm even hoping that I see more of you post your reviews on this film, just so we can kind of all um, gauge one another's thoughts and impressions towards this, and especially fans of slashers. So yeah, definitely do a review of this if you're curious about it. Definitely pick it up. And let me know your thoughts on Hellfest. I've heard a lot of good things from a lot of my friends who love it as well. It seems like it's hit a really sweet mark for a lot of people, and me included, as well as Joe. So definitely check out Hellfest. Amazing atmosphere, really great use of lighting. Effects, not a whole lot of like overproduction or like digital editing, to the point where it's like, okay, that's like CGI, or that looks overdone or cheesy. There's not a whole lot of cheesiness in this. It is playful at times, especially kind of like the banter and the relationships among the group of Hellfest goers that venture into the Badlands and kind of off the grid, which, by the way, takes us into extremely claustrophobic, horrific, awesome, nightmarish settings. It's almost like you're in a haunted house ride. As a kid, you want to be there, but then again, like you can't wait to kind of like get out and say that you did it. That's like what these guys are doing the whole time. They're feeding off of one another and kind of challenging one another, and like, we're here to get scared, and let's just do all this crazy stuff and let all these freaks and carnies freak us out. So they're trying to really get lost in it, and yeah, let's just say one by one they definitely get lost in everything. But a lot of it is unpredictable, while it does kind of have a familiar formula at play, that it does a very good job at putting out there. It definitely brings some originality to the table, enough that I could see this almost turning into not only paving the way for at least one or two sequels, but turning into a possible modern slasher franchise. I think this was a powerful enough opener and introduction into this horrific, over-the-top Hellfest world, which, by the way, that's what this feels like. This does not feel like you're just in a random one-time carnival or amusement park that's horror-based. It feels so extravagant and in your face, just nonstop, and not annoyingly so, almost overwhelming in a scary way. Like, it's almost too much to take at times. You definitely feel the fear in these characters, and while they're not developed quite as much as I hoped they would be, you're still rooting for them, and it's kind of hard to see them being taken out in the ways that this very sadistic, twisted killer is. There's a lot of twists and turns and confusion and things that are kind of left for a little bit of guessing and interpretation. But it's a straightforward, in your face amusement park kind of Halloween slasher that's done extremely well. You can see this is from an executive producer of The Walking Dead. But yeah, that is my little review for Hellfest, and I will just kind of zoom in here if you guys want to pause that and check out the synopsis there. It does have some cool special features, making Hellfest, some familiar faces there, but man, the costumes, the sets, the props, everything just looks amazing. It's like a horror fan's nightmarish dream come true. Very well done, very scary, very intense, a lot of heart to it. You can tell they wanted to make a top-notch film, and that's what they did here. So yeah, check out Hellfest. Let me know what you think. And yeah, thanks to the Horror Man for doing this awesome challenge. Have a good one, guys.